What I want to talk to you guys about is school skipping. Now, anybody who's a teenager probably either has skipped at least once or knows someone who's skipping. Even if you don't even know people, you still know someone who's skipping. It is especially common nowadays among teenagers to skip school. Skipping school has become something everybody does. Losers, geeks, nerds, it doesn't matter. A lot of people skip school. Or whatever. And skipping school has become really common nowadays. Now, it's basically an epidemic, and school has tried many solutions to try to stop people from skipping. You can now even, in certain regions, be arrested for skipping school. You can actually be arrested for not going to school. Now, this is a very big problem facing, I think this is probably the biggest problem, aside from low grades, poor grades, facing the school system nowadays. And many people wonder, how do we stop school skipping? Now, I think the solution is a lot simpler than you think it is. Because the main reason why teenagers skip school, for anybody who wants to know, is because for the simple reason that they're bored. I used to skip school all the time. I skipped for days, weeks, months on end. And the reason why I skipped school is because school is boring. It was boring to me. I just didn't find it interesting. You know, I found it boring because you do some of the most boringest work ever and you just don't feel like you want to do it. And I think the key skill you want to do in the future to make school interesting is we got to find a way to make school interesting. Because the main reason, and I'm sure if you talk to most people why they skip school, they would probably tell you because it's boring. They don't find it boring. They'd rather smoke weed with their friends or chill with their friends or go to the mall or play video games at their mama's house. That's what they find interesting. You know, and we got to find a way to make school interesting for kids. You know, and I think what we want to do in the future to make school interesting for kids is we want to find a way to make school interesting. And what we want to do is we want to come with a computer or a cinema that you would go in front of and kids would learn the skills they need to learn. And it release a chemical reaction in their brain, making them interested in learning. Because like I said, there's nothing teenagers love more than entertainment. You know, like they can watch hours on hours of their favorite TV show or watch their favorite movies nonstop. You want to know why they enjoy it? It's because it's entertainment. It enjoys them. It releases a chemical reaction in their brain, making enjoy learning information. There's nothing really wrong with teenagers of today. It's just that they're bored, basically. And I think that's what you want to do in the future for schoolwork, because we want to find a way to make it entertaining for people to enjoy learning. So people, instead of wasting their time learning about nonsense, they would find it interesting. And I think it would be a lot easier because school is a very fascinating place. You know, whatever. And a lot of these things these teenagers are interested in, like skateboarding and video games, to do those things, you need it with a school education. So if we could find a way to make it interesting, and I think it would be a lot easier because I find school an incredibly fascinating place, you know, whatever. And I think if we could do that, it would definitely improve marks, you know, because these kids can kill like 20 people on Call of Duty, you know, whatever, something really difficult, and they do it because they enjoy it. And why can't we do the same thing with schoolwork, making schoolwork interesting so people like to learn? And that's all I have to say.